Joe and Nick for your weekend vacation. Grab your stool, squat on down for crappy animation. Let the gangsta commentary prop open your eyelids and watch some TV shows that have it even worse than they did. So fill your bowls, use your spoons. It's Saturday morning cartoons.
Happy Saturday!
Happy Saturday!
Welcome.
everybody!
It's Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm Nick. We got Joe over there. We got George. And joining us is New York Times best-selling author and illustrator Peter Brown. Hi, Peter.
There he
Hey,
is.
guys.
Hi, Peter.
How you doing?
Finally, you're on the show. Finally.
I know. I'm sure
Yes.
you've been waiting.
We
Well,
have been.
We
The day
have,
has come.
and this is the perfect episode to have you on because we're watching a Berenstain Bears cartoon, and some of the first children's books I think I was exposed to were Berenstain Bears books.
Yeah, and I write and illustrate children's books for anybody who's watching.
Yes.
You didn't say that in the intro, so
Oh,
that's why
true.
this pertains to me because I am much like the Berenstain family. I am also an author and illustrator of children's books.
Yes.
But
and
Nick focused
current-
more on the New York Times bestseller part. Which, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. I have a new title. I learned just the other day. I'm now an international bestseller, if you can
What?
believe it. So,
Congratulations.
a little respect, please.
Wow.
Yes,
International. So
I hit the bestseller list in Australia. So,
hot
Oh,
damn.
That sounds like a good day for you.
it was quite a good day, I'll admit. Pretty exciting
Nice.
stuff, actually. But
And the latest
Nice.
book is The Wild Robot Protects in the Wild Robot series, correct?
that's right. Oh, and what's this? I have a copy right here. What do you
Whoa,
know?
look
This
at that.
is the cover of
Yeah.
the new book. This is book 3 in the series, the Wild Robot series. This is the first one. I happen to have a box set right next to me. Yeah. So these books, are kind of my focus right now.
I gotta say, like right when Nick and I met you, like in New York, I don't know, 20 years ago or so, you were writing a book about birds that couldn't fly, that went up into a hot air balloon so that they could poop on other things. Correct? That was the premise, right?
There's more to it than that, but yes, that was my first book. That's a good memory. That first book was called Flight of the Dodo, about a penguin
of the Dodo.
and some other flightless birds who build a hot air balloon that they call the Dodo. And in the process, they live out all their various dreams, one of the penguin had always dreamed of pooping from above. And so he gets to live the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I just remember the pooping part from the.
Yeah. Well, that's what most people, and especially the kids, that's all they really cared about. So.
I remember it really splatted. You're really good at drawing poop splattering. Like that's.
Yes, I had to rehearse that. I had to practice, from observation. I had to drop a lot of poops from high altitudes to see the splatter
kind of
effect.
research. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, speaking of birds, it's Thanksgiving is right around the corner. It's this upcoming Thursday, and I got a commercial for us all to watch that has to do with Thanksgiving. Are we ready?
All right,
Nice.
Here we go.
Something festive for the holidays? Your participating Carvel ice cream store has these beautiful ice cream cakes for the holidays. Tom the turkey, who speaks turkey language as bad as I speak English. Priscilla and John, the lovers who never did find Plymouth Rock. And then we have Dumpy the pumpkin. How do you like these special molded gift cakes for the holidays? At your participating Carvel ice cream store, thank you and have a happy holiday.
Wow,
There
Dumpy.
it is, Dumpy the pumpkin, clearly left over from Halloween, but yeah.
I love a self-deprecating narrator.
Yeah.
Same here. Yeah.
I wish we had seen his face in that commercial. I want to know what that guy looks like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm imagining it in my head as kind of an old man that really loves ice cream, but
Like a car salesman, I
Yes.
feel like those guys who put themselves in their own commercials.
Yeah.
They're usually fun to look at.
Oh, those
yeah.
are the best. Yeah.
In one
I
way
picture
or
like
another.
I picture like a really dumpy Ernest Borgnine, like an even dumpier
yeah.
Ernest Borgnine.
I love it. Yeah.
An even dumpier Ernest Borgnine. Something for all of us to aspire to.
Dumpy the pumpkin and Dumpy the Borgnine.
The Borgnine.
Well, let me start off by showing off my coffee mug here. This is don't let the turkeys get you down. So I thought that was appropriate for
Yeah.
Halloween from the Boynton line of, I guess, Hallmark. So I'm going to be enjoying a hot beverage out of that. What's everybody else have?
Nick and I were just on tour last weekend, and we stopped through Salem, Massachusetts. I picked up this cool Salem mug. Look at this. It's orange, Salem, Massachusetts. They really embrace the witchiness up there now. I had been there once before 20 years ago, and they hadn't embraced the witchiness. But now, man, every store has they're selling the, I don't know, what's a witchy thing? Like
Broomstick?
Yeah,
broomsticks and the
Ouija board planchettes and
exactly
yeah.
the star with the circle around it, and Wicca
wow.
stuff is everywhere.
Fun
Yeah,
town.
it's cool actually. Yeah,
A lot of goth girls in black lipstick walking around. It's
a lot
fun.
of black lipstick. Yeah.
What do you have, Peter?
I got a mug from one of everybody's favorite artists, Bob Ross. You see this? But hold on, I'm gonna have a little mint tea. Give me a second. I just want to pour some hot water in this mug.
Okay.
Just,
You're putting some hot
just humor me if you don't
Take
mind.
your time.
I could have done
No.
this before we started. Peter,
Well, but here's the thing. I want you to see the magic of the mug, which is if you look carefully, it's starting on this side.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what is this?
Wait a second.
Beautiful painting is
what is
emerging.
happening here?
Happy little trees.
A heat-activated
wow.
happy painting.
Wow.
Like magic.
It's just
So-
that
How
easy.
did you do that? How
Happy
did you do
Shaturday.
that?
Happy Shaturday. That's all I have to say.
You won the mug contest today, but George, go ahead. You can show yours off too.
Well, we're watching the Berenstain Bears, but I sort of made a mistake. I have a mug of famous Bernsteins. I've got Leonard
Oh
Bernstein.
no.
Oh.
I've got
Yeah.
Carl Bernstein, and I've
That's
got
a different cartoon.
from Citizen
Yeah.
Kane, the character of Bernstein, played by
Oh.
Everett Sloane.
Wow.
But, and also, if you look very closely, it's almost like the printer was running out of ink while this was
Almost.
being made.
Well, they're printing that mug.
Very rare.
The ceramic
The
printing.
collector's item.
Yeah.
You picked that up
Well-
at Walmart or somewhere?
Yeah.
Next week we are watching Bernstein Babies, though, so keep that in mind
Right.
for that. Well, let's talk about everybody's Berenstain history here. Here we see this is the husband and wife, Stanley and Janice Berenstain, who were students at the Philadelphia Museum of Industrial Art, or Philadelphia Museum School of Industrial Art, and then they served in World War II, got married in 1946, and started working on humorous cartoons. And I didn't know this, but they started off with comics. So this is about rearing children. You can see Stanley and
beat him when he sneezes?
It was a different time.
I want to know
child-rearing.
about hilarious child development. That sounds hilarious. Yeah.
It appears that most of their books were about beating their kids in some way or another. So,
Yeah.
Peter, I know you're expecting, so maybe we'll get some of these for like a baby shower for you.
That sounds good. I could use all the help I can get.
But here's the dirty little secret. They also, when these didn't sell that well, they started doing dirty joke books. So, dirty cartoons, Loverboy,
Wow.
and then
Have you read
Yep.
any of them? Are they
No.
any good? Okay.
Office Loverboy. There was 3 of them. I haven't read them, but it looks like what you'd see in like a Mad magazine or those kind of comics.
Well, maybe a Playboy. Playboy always hit
Yeah.
the dirty ones.
But
Yeah.
not a Hustler. This isn't Hustler.
No,
No, this isn't Hustler level. No.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, all right. Well,
as much as we wish it was. So then they pitched a children's book to Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss, and they decided to make bears their, they thought bears are cute, everybody loves them. So he worked with them for like 3 years to get the characters right, to make sure there was like a heart to the story, and he suggested putting the Berenstain Bears as like the title above the title, and so the Big Honey Hunt comes out in 1962, and over the next few decades, they published, many decades, they collaborated on hundreds of books from their studio outside of Philadelphia, and then animation came calling, and in 1979, the first animated Berenstain Bears special came out. It was Christmas special on NBC. And the one we're going to watch is the Thanksgiving special, The Berenstain Bears Meet Bigpaw, which aired November 20th, 1980. And we should probably say that this is one of those things where people remember it as Berenstain Bears,
I
even
do.
though it was Berenstain.
It sounds so weird every time you say Berenstain. It bothers me. Even though like I can read it right in front of me, it still bothers me.
Well, the only explanation is alternate universes where we were right.
That's got to be it.
It couldn't be that our memories were fallible. But no, the son who now owns the Berenstain, bear franchise has said that even when his dad was little, he would get teased by teachers calling him Berenstain because that was just, or Bernstein because Berenstain was an unusual name. So it's not just everybody's memory. It was just a weird name that people had trouble remembering. So, are we ready to watch this? Has anybody seen the Berenstain Bears Thanksgiving special before?
I haven't. I was just going to ask, like, was this beloved? Was this Christmas one at least beloved? Like Peanuts is
I remember
beloved.
the Christmas one, but I don't remember this one. Animation's pretty good, I gotta say. So I didn't hate it. It's a little treacly. It's there's but it's for kids, so.
But how's the soundtrack? Because I feel like the Peanuts, holiday specials were all about that famous jazz piano trio,
Yeah.
Vince Guaraldi. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not
those
as
were...
memorable, but there are some songs in here, most of which I've cut out or cut down. But let's judge. Let's find out in the Berenstain Bears meet Bigpaw.
Did the Berenstain family, did they do this? Did they illustrate and everything? Or did they
I doubt
chop
it.
this out? You don't think so?
I doubt they did the actual animation, but I'm sure they had like Charles Schultz had a big hand in the Peanuts specials and all that. So, the short answer, I don't know.
Oops! I told your mother to fix that stair.
Is that what you expected his voice to sound like? Peter, I assume that you haven't seen this cartoon before.
I've not seen it. No, I read the books as a kid. I actually talk about the Berenstain Bears books a little bit when I talk to kids about making kids books, but I've never seen any of the animated specials. So this is a real treat for me.
The thing that's always jarring, like when we watch like the Family Circus one, like Family Circus, I've read that my entire life, and then you hear the voices and whether they match up or not. I don't know. I feel like the dad kind of matches up here with the oh no kind of a thing. That's about right.
Yeah, he's kind of bumbling. Yeah, I think some of the mores about what husband and wife's roles are a little dated here, but he means well, I think.
Bye-bye, Mama. Bye-bye. Bye, Mom. Bye-bye.
Good soundtrack so far.
I don't mind this.
Pretty funky.
Yeah.
Now, Papa Q Bear is a bear for all seasons. But fall is his favorite, and for the best of all reasons.
I think fall's my favorite season.
Cubs,
I'll go along with that.
I'm a bear for holidays. I like 'em all. Whether in spring, summer, winter, or fall. On Arbor Day, I
He
talk
seems
to
like
the
more
trees.
of a grandpa.
Hi,
Yeah.
trees. But the very best day of the year, if you please, the one that for me is
Kinda
really
talk
the
singing.
winner, is Thanksgiving. Why? Thanksgiving dinner.
There's our thumbnail.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
We'll start off with bread and honey, of course. Oh, then an order of radish.
Yes,
What was it
we
like?
have come just in time for the Bears' Thanksgiving.
He's kind of stealing other
The day
people's
they
food.
give thanks for their standard of living.
Those are all people's
And
gardens.
what a standard it is. Why, in bear country, grapes spit out their own seeds. Snap beans and tomatoes pull their own weeds. Yes, from hollow to hill, from glenlock to glade, the bears of bear country had it
Do you think
made.
like that's kind of like when the tomato plants trim their own weeds? Is that kind of like using one of those pube trimmers or something like the equivalent
Exactly.
of?
Exactly the
It's
same.
no different than that.
Except for
Okay.
one thing. That's right. The legend. The Thanksgiving legend that said if the bears became selfish and greedy and unkind to the needy and insufficiently grateful for nature's great bounty, that Bigpaw would come and gobble up bear country, county by county.
It's kind of a
Of course,
What if it gets
it's
really
only a
violent?
legend.
What if it
And
gets
not
like
all
hyper
legends
violent?
are true,
tearing apart bears.
but some of them are.
Bigpaw, 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 Bigpaw.
If a monster should come, what would the bears do? They surely did seem to be tempting the fates. With all of this stress on fences and gates, and all of this worry about what was theirs, with nary a thought for their fellow bears. And as we have seen in Papa Bear's case, all Thanksgiving meant was feeding his face.
Say, I
Just kidding.
almost forgot my favorite treat. No ifs, ands, or buts.
We know, Papa. Mixed nuts.
He's not very likable.
No.
I'm a
So
little
far,
surprised.
Pop's gonna really love these. Yeah, these
He has to
nuts
grow.
are
There's a
really
journey here.
delicious.
I guess so. I'm surprised he didn't start off a little more.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I never really think of bears as sharers.
You can
No, they kind
have
of seem like they're in
your
it for themselves.
I
Yeah,
have to say, I found the Berenstain Bears terrifying when I was a kid. Their claws make me think. I always
Yes.
thought of them as werewolves, and I didn't have the books at home, but they had them at my doctor's office. I had to go in every time for my allergy shots, and it was a horror show beginning to end.
Yeah, they do have close-ups on their paws. And now I wanted you to listen to Big Paw's singing voice. Let me know what you think.
You can have your Sasquatch, your abominable snowman.
Your Ohio's
My
abominable
name
snowman.
is Bigpaw. I supersede 'em all.
Bigpaw needs his own
One
spin-off.
thing I
Agreed.
like to do
He's the best part of it.
Joe, you have a lot of Bigpaw qualities.
Thank you. I get that a lot.
So remember my name. My name is Bigpaw.
I like that part.
Wow.
That's a
You
literally.
can have your Sasquatch.
that a loop?
Your abominable snowman. My name is Bigpaw. I
Kinda has a goatee.
supersede 'em all.
And they can go to
Remember
hell.
my name.
I like this up angle at his crotch.
Yeah. And all the
Gorillas.
all the big nuts are. There's that claw. All right, so not much conflict so far, but we do know that Big Paw, there's a legend that if you don't share, he's going to come and terrorize the village of Beartown. Thoughts so far?
Was he taking the little bucket from them because they were getting too greedy?
I think they gave it to him, and they kind of shook hands. So
Okay.
I think what you're
I have a lot
finding
of
out.
questions. I
Yeah.
feel a little confused by this whole situation. I always thought the Berenstain Bears were a pretty likable bunch, but they all seem like, at least the dad seems like a real jerk. And all those
Yeah.
locks, it seems like they're all jerks, actually.
Well, but here's
Yeah.
the thing: he had the key to the lock. Did he? He didn't steal the key, did he? I mean,
Maybe he had
good
the key
question.
to his own little garden,
Right, it wouldn't share.
and everybody else has their own gardens that are also locked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not clearly defined.
No. They could have
Yeah.
streamlined this a little bit, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day in America is the one day a year where socialism is acceptable.
It's true.
The rest of the time, it's a blood sport of social Darwinism.
Every other meal is that.
But sometime
Yeah.
between 3 and 9 p.m., there's a small window to share
Well,
with your
it's
fellow
it's nice to have that the Big Paw checks and balances, though. You know, just to make sure that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. we
I
need
think
some
the
harbinger
world
of
needs
evil.
that right now.
Yeah, we need a fake devil character. But we're not communists. We are capitalists. So we should watch some commercials, right, George?
Absolutely. Here is a assortment of 5-second, 10-second, and 30-second Thanksgiving commercials.
All right.
Saturday morning cartoons will be right back.
4 wishes you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving.
Think! Happy Thanksgiving from the Weird Al Show! Ooh! Think CBS Kids! Gobble, gobble, gobble.
NBC's Thanksgiving Comedy Weekend continues Friday. Join the fun at Disney's Celebrity Circus with Tony Randall, Lisa Bonet, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and more of your favorite stars. Then call them
Tim
slobs,
Conway.
call them jerks. Just don't call them when you're in trouble. Police Academy, Friday.
What an evening of TV.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Monday on a special 1-hour Flo.
Happy Turkey Day, boys!
Flo plans a Thanksgiving reunion. But will the feathers fly when her daddy arrives? Find out Monday on Flo.
Kiss My Grits got her own
wishes
spin-off?
you and your family
Briefly.
a happy Thanksgiving with savings on all the things you'll need to make your Thanksgiving dinner a special one. Like U.S. government-inspected medallion or Goldcrest young basted turkey, just 58 cents a pound. Ocean Spray fresh cranberries, only 44 cents a pound. And U.S. #1 Southern yams, now 5 pounds for $1.
I want that sound
Holiday
effect.
savings are just part of the wonderful world of Chatham.
It'll,
Let us help make your
you'll add it to
Thanksgiving
your roster
something
of
special.
Gauga.
Yeah.
From all of us here at the Equalizer, to you, wherever you are, a very happy Thanksgiving. God bless you.
Equalizer the show?
Oh,
Yep.
thank you, 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 thank you.
The Smothers Brothers Thanksgiving Special
Oh, they got Gallagher in that?
Homecoming week continues with a fun-filled all-star Thanksgiving Day parade. Catch all the excitement, plus roll out the good times with Muppet Babies Mayhem. Then get ready for the adventures of Dink the Little Dinosaur. Gosh! And see a special holiday treat, the Care Bears movie 2.
Joe, I really thought you'd enjoy Dink the Little Dinosaur more.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well,
We
I've
really
seen
should
Dink.
watch that.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
All right.
Join our Thanksgiving Day Fun Fest, only on CBS.
America's Homecoming Week
Dink is my
continues on
go-to word
CBS
for
with the
for
14th
wiener.
annual Circus of the Stars. Magic and danger as Hollywood takes the challenge under the big top tonight at 9.
Hey, back it up to Trebek. Back it up.
Yeah.
I want to
Wearing
see
some kind of
Trebek.
circus outfit.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
Trebek and chains.
I wish that's how he hosted Jeopardy all those years. Yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning of the
Today's
show.
Daily Double.
If by the end of the show he had to get out before he drowned or something.
Better version of the show.
Yeah.
The big top tonight at 9.
Presenting Art Van's incredible after Thanksgiving sale.
All right, Frank. Open the doors.
You open them.
I did it last year.
Tom?
I did it 2 years ago. Anybody?
Save 15 to 60% on the best brand names in
I don't
furniture.
mind it.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Johnny.
Art Van's after Thanksgiving sale. Friday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Funny guy.
Oh, no.
It's the sale everyone's been waiting for. Well, almost everyone.
That's not bad.
Coming attractions in our parade, a medley from Broadway's Tony Award-winning Les Miserables, actor Patrick Swayze, and the new balloon called Snuggle.
The Downy Snuggle Bear.
Is that what it
Oh,
is? That
yeah,
was
I
a
think
great
so.
character. That should have gotten its own show. Snuggle should have. I loved
Not too
Snuggle
late.
commercials.
Yeah, you're right. It's not too late. What's everyone's stances on cranberries, by the way, on Thanksgiving?
Disgusting.
Yeah,
I like them if they're homemade. I like them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the kind that you have to slice.
Right,
That's the
out of
kind
the
we always
can.
had.
ones?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I grew
I'll-
up with those, but
Me too.
Yeah, I'll get them
But
if
now
they're
if
there
you-
in front of me.
if you make them, like, there's some good recipes out there. You can add some
Yeah?
like orange zest and
Mhm.
maybe some walnuts and some brown sugar and some cranberries. You boil the cranberries. I mean, you
The
can do it right.
tartness-
There's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Nick, you should be exploiting this. You're vegan. I mean, this is one more option for you. And
No,
also,
I
it
do
provides
like
color.
cranberries, but it
Oh,
took
you
me a
do
while
like
to
them.
warm up to them. Yeah, they cut the richness of all the gravies and stuffings by having it be acidic. So I think it works on the palate for
I
Thanksgiving.
think it mostly provides color to the plate because it's a pretty brown
Yeah.
plate. At least in my family, it is. It's pretty tan. Everything's pretty tan.
That's just the Midwest
You-
in general.
Even the
pretty
green
brown
beans
plate.
somehow. Even the green beans are somehow brown. Yeah.
Now back to Saturday morning cartoons.
Meanwhile, back at the village square, with the full cooperation of every bear, Operation Bigpaw was well underway. Bigpaw might be coming, but he might also rue the day.
Forward, Bears!
Kind of like season 1 of Homer Simpson. The Simpsons.
Yeah, it was kind of a Walter Matthau impression.
Not the old cannon. It's bound to burst.
Oh, never fear, Ma.
I don't know about
We're
Ma's
testing
voice.
it first.
It's a little bland.
She was
Why did you fire
right.
the cannon?
Ma decided to have...
I guess at Big
Now,
Paw.
don't you think you're getting a
wanna kill
little
him?
carried away? Organizing forces on the unsupported word of a crazy little hedgehog who got it from a turtle? Who heard it from a bird?
Rumors spread about Bigpaw.
How
in the
do
woods.
we know this stranger is a threat? None of us has even seen or heard him yet. Besides, what is a stranger? A stranger's just somebody
Nope.
you don't already know. He could be a
Berenstain,
friend.
their parents look
Like
more
a
like
friend,
grandparents.
who needs a foe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's just wearing this like house coat.
Yeah.
And bring all those skunk bombs and gimmicks and widgets. This guy makes King Kong look like Singer's
I think
midgets.
skunk
Eyes
bombs
like
were against the
bonfires
Geneva
and
Convention. I think
really
they
large.
outlawed those.
Bugler, sound the charge!
He sounds like such a goober compared to Mom. The Mom
Yeah.
bear is so much more normal.
Yeah.
I think she could have done better, actually.
Yeah,
100%.
Bit of a mismatched couple.
Papa was wielding
Settled.
a beehive grenade. Up the mountain they went. It was quite a parade. While up on the mountain, the cause of the flap was cozying down
I
for
like
a
his
bit of
lute.
a nap. When he heard a strange sound, it was
like an
still
old hippie
far away
Yeah.
and
in the
not
wood.
very loud.
You're hurting my buzz,
Of
man.
course, what it was the roar of a crowd. Now, Big Paw was no mental wizard, but he was getting a
No
message
mental wizard.
down deep in his gizzard that trouble was coming. So he scratched his head and started his fuzzy old noodle humming. And using his powerful arms and shoulders, built him a tower of boulders.
I mean, this is very Grinch-like.
If those
Isn't
bears
it?
were to
With
charge
the
up out of
sled
the valley,
teetering over above.
they'd be just like pins in a bowling alley.
Thanksgiving's ruined.
But those bears kept on coming, faster and
Until they
faster.
started singing
There was
Thanksgiving
simply
carols.
no way to avoid disaster. But then, at the very last instant, before the rocks fell,
He crushed them all.
through the din, a cub's high-pitched yell.
Wait!
It was Sister.
Wait!
Sister cried. The rock tower teetered. It started to slide. Brother and sister were in terrible danger, and there was no one to help them, except for the stranger. Then, with the bears looking on in amazement
I don't
and
know that
shock,
all strangers you
Big
should
Paw
trust.
held back
I don't
that
know that
tower
Ma's
of
advice
rock.
was great either.
And with the great strength in that mighty right arm, he rescued small brother and
werewolf
sister
paw.
from harm. You could have heard a pin drop in the valley that day. That's when the cubs decided to have their say.
Big Paw's our friend. He's very
Stroking his
nice.
soul
He
patch.
saved us before.
Yeah, he is a hippie.
Now he's rescued us twice.
And he saved us from ourselves.
Thanks, Big Paw. That's right.
He saved us from ourselves.
Here, you forgot your mixed
The moral of the story is a little confusing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I really feel like they could have workshopped this a bit more before they
Yeah.
went to
Well,
animation.
I feel like they rush these things out. Like even like the Peanuts one, the Peanuts Christmas is just there's
Well,
some confusion in there.
By the
with-
time
with
they
that
get to
one, too.
Disco Beagle too, I mean that's just not that well thought out in general.
Yes, it was quite a Thanksgiving. No ifs, ands, or buts.
One more song.
It sounds like the Who's singing. No, I don't see any.
Jack
Berenstain
Dasso, that's a good name.
There's the original music. Oh, Stan Berenstain wrote the lyrics, so I guess that they were involved there.
Yeah.
So the Berenstain Bears have sold over 250 million books. How close are you to that, Peter? You're got to be getting there, right?
I'm on my way. I'm on my
Okay.
way. I gotta. Yeah. Give me a few more decades. We'll
Okay.
see.
And
What are you doing your Thanksgiving special for the Wild Robot or the Flightless Birds? Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the Flightless Birds eat a turkey for Thanksgiving.
yeah,
you
they're
know,
cannibals.
they have to track it down. They have to hunt it and kill it and remove all the feathers. You know, it could be like a kind of a cannibalistic version of Thanksgiving.
I'm just spitballing here, but maybe they're like stuck out at sea and they're in a raft and they have to eat somebody and it's Thanksgiving and the turkey's in there. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. You can use it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Kids have to learn about cannibalism at some point, and why not through a Peter Brown book?
Yeah. Thanksgiving seems like the right holiday for that.
They've Berenstain Bears have licensed. Not all their licenses have been great. This is considered one of the worst video games ever made. It's Extreme Sports with the Berenstain Bears. Here's a little bit of that game.
Oh boy!
Make it louder.
Yeah. Make it more shrill, can you?
Their sister bear, I guess, bobsledding. And like I mentioned,
in that game?
What's that?
Can you get killed in that game? Like, are there any like horrible death cutscenes or anything?
There should be. I mean, somebody should make those.
Right, sorry.
And the son, Mike Berenstain, took over after both of his parents passed away in the mid-2000s, and he continues to write and illustrate the new books. But the license isn't what it once was, because Mike is born again, and so he's partnered with a lot of religious groups and also credit unions. This is an actual
real?
book. This is an actual book that he partnered with a credit union to make.
Oh no!
Yep, but he also partnered with this whole series by a religious organization where they learn about heaven, and
not good.
So there's been hundreds of books. Like some slip through the cracks. Like I thought this one was the God Bless Our Country was that's a
Bear Country.
Yeah, God Bless
God
Bear
bless
Country.
our Bear Country.
Yep.
I don't understand. Do they live in America?
They must.
What are the rules of this world? I'm a little confused.
Well, I think they know about pop culture. This is a weird one that they had from the 80s, which was too much GG. Yeah. So that was another one. The license.
That was the year G.G. Allen was constantly on TV.
Exactly. So they did comment on pop culture a little.
He was the Alf of 1990, I would say.
He really was.
But Alf was the 86, 87.
Yeah. G.G. Allen was. Yeah. So he was everywhere.
Burger King toys.
We got a little game, George. You put something together for us?
Yeah. So the Berenstain Bears are the great example of the Mandela effect, which describes a collective misremembering of a historical event. And we're going to be looking at a few examples of these where the three of you will face off in a game that I call the Mandela effect or the Mandala effect.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, and I'm using a font I found called Thanksgiving. It is the least readable font.
It's not very. It's not very good.
Enjoy that throughout. It gets worse than that.
Oh, I see. He's got pilgrim hats and pumpkins all over.
Yeah.
Okay. Cute.
Okay, number one. Most of the one is obscured by the pumpkin. Kit Kat, 2 words. Kit Kat, 1 word, or Kit dash cat.
I'm going to say the dash. Yeah, I'll go hyphenated as well. What do you think, Peter?
I think 1 word.
Well, Peter, you got it.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
No
I know my candy bars.
Okay.
Did you know the answer to that? You seem confident in it?
I just, you got to fake it till you make it, right? So I wasn't sure, but I wanted you guys to think I was sure. I'm playing head. I want to win this game, and so
you made it. You made it.
Trying to psych you guys out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Peter.
Number 2, completely obscured by a turkey. C-3PO, was he all gold or did he have a silver leg?
I think he had a silver leg.
I think
for
he's
my
all
action
gold.
figure.
I'm going
Yeah.
all gold.
Well, Nick takes it. It is in fact a silver leg.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
That's subtle. That's subtle.
It is subtle.
It is
but,
subtle. Yeah.
But
I
most
wouldn't call
people-
that silver.
Well,
I call it
people-
less gold.
Yeah. Don't
I
give
would
Nick
have.
the
I would have accepted less gold.
Miscolored.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah. But the action figure was all gold, which is probably why we're all misremembering that.
Yep.
3. The Fruit of the Loom logo. Is there a cornucopia or no?
There's those weird dried leaves.
There's
I'm
definitely
gonna
grapes
say-
on there.
I'll say no. I'm going to say there's not a cornucopia holding all
See, I'm
the
thinking
fruits.
that there is, which makes me think that that there isn't one. So I'm going to say.
I'm going to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there is no cornucopia.
Oh.
Okay. So score currently: Joe 1, Nick 2, Peter 1. Okay.
There really should be, because those are just loose fruit.
Who wears a monocle? The Monopoly guy, Mr. Peanut, both, or neither?
I think Mr. Peanut only. That would be my guess.
I think both. I think they both have it.
I'm going Mr. Peanut. Mr. Peanut.
Okay. Well, Mr. Peanut does have one, and I believe his name is Rich Uncle Pennybags. I don't remember his exact name.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Do I get a half point since I said both? I got one of them right.
No.
So I get a half point.
No.
One
No,
of them did, though.
Yeah.
You got to share your points. It's Thanksgiving.
Okay. Joe has 1.5. Ed McMahon, was he the spokesman of the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes?
Yes. 100%. Don't
yeah,
say no.
He would hand the big checks to people.
Always.
I want to say yes, but it seems so obvious that now I'm starting to second guess myself.
Right.
Boy, this could be a make or break move if I were to go against you two and get it right. And suddenly
Yeah.
I had it for
True.
first. But
True.
That'd be
if I
huge.
go with you, then then Nick maintains his advantage over me. So
I like your strategy here.
It's metagaming.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
You are correct, Peter, because he was, in fact, the spokesman of the American Family Publishers, which was a different sweepstakes.
Oh, a competing sweepstakes.
Yes, and this is a big Mandela effect or Mandala effect.
Okay.
Okay, so it's tied. Nick and Peter. Joe has 1.5.
He would still give out millions of dollars to people, right? He'd show up on the doorstep with the balloons and everything.
Yeah, he'd be in the van, the prize van.
This is a big point of contention of whether he actually showed up at people's houses. So I'm not going to discuss that. There he is again, for extra proof, more proof. So is it Barbara Mandrell or Barbara Mandrill?
I would say Mandrell. Yeah.
That's how I've been saying it.
Me too.
I don't think
Peter.
I've ever said it, so I'm just gonna go with you guys. Barbara Mandrell, sure.
Okay, you're all right because a mandrill, of course, is a
that monkey.
Like a,
yeah.
Colorful face.
Okay.
Okay. Here. Oh.
It's that common misconception.
The last one. Whose hair is darker, or which hair is darker? Nick's eyebrows or Joe's armpit wisps?
Wow.
Peter, do you know about my armpit wisps?
I've only heard the legends and the rumors.
Okay. Well, I'd have to take off my entire robe here, but I don't have a lot of armpit hair. I just have like 7 wisps on each side. They're very wispy, and they're just barely.
Whenever he's wearing a tank top on summer shows and puts his arms up, people are like, "Does Joe shave his armpits?" And he has to explain.
Everybody
no.
thinks
Sort
I
of
shave
like
my armpit.
kind of like a comb over for your armpit.
It is in a way. Yeah, it's like Homer Simpson's head. Like that's
and
what
my
armpit
eyebrows
is.
are there, but not.
I mean, Nick's
wow.
eyebrows don't seem that dark. I mean, which would make me think it's Joe's pits.
Well, we'll get a definitive answer then.
Okay.
All right.
But we each have to answer first.
I know.
My eyebrows.
Although you guys probably know the answer.
Well,
What are you
I'm gonna say Nick's eyebrows because I'm gonna show you my pit wisp.
I have nothing to be thankful for now.
I mean, if Joe is going with Nick's eyebrows, then how can I? You know your pit wisps better than anyone.
What are you going with, Nick?
Brows, my own brows.
Oh, Nick's going with his own brows. He's seen my wisps several times. So
And you're
They're
Joe.
around
You're
the
going
office
with.
in bottles.
I think we're going to be surprised. Although I think one side has more than the other. Let me.
Well,
Okay.
Okay,
I'm going
so-
with my pit wisps.
Okay,
Nick's going
all
with his eyebrows. Peter,
the answer,
where are
George?
you going with this?
I gotta go
No,
with
no,
Joe.
no. Peter
I gotta
hasn't
go
gone
Joe.
yet.
I gotta
Oh,
go Joe.
You're going with
Oh,
Joe's
really?
pits. Okay.
I'm sorry, this was a trick question. The answer is my knuckle hair.
Oh, that was my next guess.
George
so-
took his shirt off for nothing.
Well, I'd like to think that you always take your shirt off for nothing.
Okay,
Well,
here.
let's see.
Let's just side by
have it
side.
out.
Nick,
Look at
Nick,
that.
you
Like
Yeah.
a baby's bottom.
look at. I mean,
Like a baby's armpit.
What? Look at. I think
I mean,
his
I don't
eyebrows
even see
blend,
any
actually.
wisps, so
No.
I think it would.
Maybe the resolution isn't high enough. But
Well-
oh, here, right there. Did you see that one?
So,
See that one?
you don't shave? Is that the answer? Or is that
I
true?
do not. No, I never have. I also don't really need deodorant because my armpits don't stink. But
Yeah, we've gone through this on just about every VCR Party spinoff, including VCR Party, many times. So.
Nick's eyebrows, however, smell really bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're
Do
bad.
you use deodorant on?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Mini speed sticks. So well, yeah, I guess your knuckle hair wins though, George. So well
congratulations.
Well,
done.
in the end, I guess it's technically Nick and Peter tied. Joe shirtless. I think Joe gets a point for being shirtless, but you're still at
sweet.
3.5, 3.5 to 4 to 4. But this is good because it's a time of sharing and
Yeah.
Would you guys
We're
share
no
some of your
losers.
points with me? Would
Yeah,
guys
you can
share
have
some
a couple of
your
my
Like
points.
each
Yeah.
of you give me one.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
You can have
thanks.
one-
I
you can have one of
won.
mine.
I win. I win.
Well, I learned a lot about the Berenstain Bears, and I learned about giving thanks, and having witch hunts in your town is never the right thing to do. But George, have you learned anything today?
well, I really did spend most of my time on this episode trying to find that font, and rather than write something out, we're going to be mostly winging it today.
Okay.
Okay.
Freestyle.
Wow.
Well, half freestyle.
Well, I didn't learn anything. I didn't learn anything. If anything, I'm just more confused in general than I was before we all sat down here together.
It's about to get worse.
George
It's
has
about
to
get
salvage
worse.
something from it. So let's see him attempt.
This time of year, as we approach Earth's cyclical dying season of winter, we collectively give thanks, as is tradition. But to whom are we giving thanks, and for what? To thank some higher power for what we have suggests those who have not should also thank that higher power. But if the universe was born billions of years ago as the result of some incomprehensible accident caused by no one or no thing in particular, setting in motion a very minute set of physical laws that brought us here to this moment, I want to thank those physical laws to share this time with the three of you and those adorable werewolves that terrified me that we call the Berenstain Bears. And that's why I always say, the more you battle is twice the knowing.
Okay, I like it. Half riffed,
Nice.
half written out.
It's a Thanksgiving miracle.
I'm thankful for George trying to salvage a lesson out of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter, I'm thankful for you joining the Shaturday crew this morning.
Yeah, thanks,
Thanks.
Peter.
Thanks for having
Yeah.
me.
You
This
make
was really-
Yeah.
I know you're in the middle of a big move and you got a kid on the way, but are you making any appearances at libraries and schools and things coming up?
I had my last event last week, and now
nice.
I'm done for the foreseeable future. So I'm happy to be done. It was a busy fall.
Yeah.
But now I get to just move into a little rental house nearby, have some Thanksgiving next week. I'm looking forward to that. Going to spend some time with friends and.
There you go.
Good
You
stuff.
gonna start writing a new book anytime soon? You got plans or?
Yeah, well, I've got this Wild Robot series. They're novels for kids, and actually, I'm going to make a Wild Robot picture book for younger kids because the interior illustrations. I write and illustrate these books myself, but the interior illustrations are black and white, which is common for children's novels.
Yeah.
But I thought it might be fun to do a book with full color illustrations. So my next book
There
is
you
going to
go.
be a Wild Robot picture book in full color.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very
it'll
cool.
be fun. Yeah.
All right.
Have you done animation before? Are you interested in doing
Yeah.
cartoons?
Well, actually, before I started getting published, I worked in animation. I painted backgrounds on an animated TV show on the Cartoon Network for a few seasons.
That's right. I forgot that
yeah.
you were doing backgrounds, right?
Right
show?
on the Venture Brothers. I don't know if you ever watched
Wow.
Venture
Yeah.
Brothers
Oh,
on
sure.
Adult Swim. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
not for kids, but it was animation. So
Yeah, I
was-
think when we first met you, George often behind him will put backgrounds. So those are really pretty amazing backgrounds in that show in particular too.
It
How
was.
was that?
I was the weakest link. I want to be very clear about that. For real. I could illustrate fine, but the creator of the show wanted it to feel like old kind of Johnny Quest episodes or something with a very distinct kind of 60s retro vibe. And for some reason, I could not capture that feeling in my background painting. So if you watch the early seasons of the show and you see some backgrounds that seem kind of weird and out of place, those are probably mine. Yeah.
Okay, well,
And I could never really get with the program, much to the frustration of the creator. I think he hated me, but
How was it working in animation? Was it a grind, or was it relaxing, or was it what was it?
It was relaxing for me because it wasn't my dream job, and it was just sort of a gig until I got my publishing career off the ground. And it was actually kind of meditative to just get in the zone, and you're just painting these big backgrounds one after another, and that process is actually pretty fun and calming. But I was around people whose animation was their whole world, and for them it was a little more stressful because they actually cared about what we were doing, and they wanted to kind of climb the ladder and maybe develop their own show someday, you know. And I didn't care about any of that. It was just a paycheck mostly for me.
Right. Good stuff.
Yeah. And then after the picture book is the Wild Robot book about eat your green beans or I'll throttle you, and then a bunch of dirty joke scenarios involving the Wild Robot, right?
Exactly. Yes. You clearly you read my notebook apparently.
The Wild Robot gets his switch. Right.
Yes.
Yep. And all this time I've been calling you Peter Brown, but it's Peter Bryan, right? It's pronounced Peter Bryan.
It's Peter. It's actually Peter Berenstain.
Oh, yeah. Peter Berenstain, of course.
I'm sure that was not a problem at all in junior high.
No, Berenstain. No, it's fine.
Well, thanks for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you next Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.